thing, let it warm up a little bit. Cause you know we about to put it to work. Spider web. Get our shovel from out of here. And this pitchfork rake. Definitely need these too. So I'm probably pull on the side over here and try to get up this clean rock. And then I take this old dirty rock here. And I'm gonna have to shovel pretty much all this, so I know this is gonna take a minute. I already know it. Then I just try to scoop this pile of dirt up without it going all in there. So what I'm about to do is try to wash this sand off. We're gonna see how it works. I'm gonna dump the water in this drain, kind of spray some water on it, see if I can get the sand to fall through the holes on that thing without dumping all the gravel out. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're gonna see. So what I'm gonna do is boy, it's hot. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and dig in that trench, get that line buried, then try to get the rest of this gravel up. If I gotta wash it, do that. Then we'll be able to see if the water coming out of here. So I ain't wanna wash it too much because I ain't finished burying that pipe and I don't want water being and I'm trying to move that thing. So we'll go ahead and dump this, then go on and dig the rest of that trench. Kind of level up these rocks. I'm gonna have to get all this done today. Then I'll come back and pressure wash this thing. But when we get done today, I'm gonna test this drain out. Fill that bucket up. And I'm gonna dump water. Just keep dumping water in and see if it starts to drain out. We're gonna start smooth, see if we can smooth this out. See, this will help keep that dirt from splattering on the side of the house. I'll tell you something crazy, boy. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to tear this wall down. It's just splattering and making the dirt splatter. I didn't know I was gonna actually have to tear it down. That's just it. Wet and muddy, so I'll probably dump a bucket of water right here, wash these off, and hopefully everything works right. Took them last bucket of rocks. Come back here a little bit. Alright, now we gotta backfill this hole. So you see we got a whoop-de-whoop. There you go. Down, up. And it be going down the whole time, so I gotta throw some sand back in there.
everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, along those white hot sands. Well, every sunrise is just for you, so come along and take my hand.
So, got this part dug. Gotta clean it up a little bit right there and get it going down. So we got this thing covered. Dug. Might go down there and cut that pipe, and then we're gonna cover this thing on up. So I done had this water. It probably been running about 45 minutes to an hour. I had it up there. I had it in the pipe. I was like, damn, boy, I sure hope this thing works. I ain't seen no water yet. I ain't seen no water yet, so I was looking over there, heard something. It's coming out. The water coming out. You see where I got the water hose? I had it right there, and I had it up there. So that means these pipes are connected, and that water is running down. See? It's just throwing out that one. Yeah, it's throwing out the inside one. Let's see here. That one dry. Well, it's doing what it's supposed to do. So, we ain't quite get everything done. We still got the beer, which you can't probably see because it's dark out here. We got the beer, this line right here still. We'll do that tomorrow. And we gotta tackle this thing here. Hopefully, I got a good plan. Hopefully, don't have no issues with it. So tomorrow is gonna be a crunch day because I gotta have this thing back by Saturday, and it's Friday. Tomorrow gonna be Friday, so I need to get over here early, knock that pipe out. I need to get. Well, I just need to get this pipe in the ground and have the one end exposed. I can always connect back to it, but I need at least one pipe for there. I think a downspout gonna be there, and one here. So I'm gonna try not to put one here because I know it's a deck post going here. So I'm trying not to put no downspout there. Try to have this one draining that top roof right there. It'll drain right there, and then this one, so that I'm gonna get that middle. It should have two drops. It'll drop on this side, and then the actual downspout will be over here. Then it can drop into this one, and the downspout be there. So that's what we looking like. That's what we looking like right now. Pretty much got everything in this backyard done. So if I can get all this stuff done, the next thing I gotta do is rent a concrete grinder. I gotta grind them floors down. I had to take up all that tile. I gotta grind it down, get it smooth, and then after that, I lay some flooring down. But after that, then paint. Prep, paint, then flooring. Then blinds and closets, fans, and we'll be done. So, boy, this French drain, boy, I turned the lights off over here, but that's some of it right there, boy. That's an unexpected cost, boy. I tell you, I had unexpected costs after unexpected costs after unexpected costs. Well, this whole project, unexpected costs. Like, man. So, I don't know. But we're gonna keep pushing. Through it all, we're gonna keep pushing and making it happen. Some way, somehow, we're gonna make it happen. So, I'm kind of debating whether I need to knock out that wood in there and try to dig that stuff down on both sides and put another one of those culvert pipes in there, Because my thought process is, I know I ain't measured, but I know this drain. I mean, this French drain. I know that some gun probably about, it came almost up to my knees in some spots. So I know it's at least 2 feet deep, and it's probably 2 feet. It's probably 2 feet wide. So and it's the length of the house, so that's a lot of water. It ain't like this kind of slopes this way, but it goes this way too. So it ain't like, I mean, it got to be a lot of water. You can hear the water. So I turned that water hose on, and then I'm testing. I can hear the water trickling through there. I wonder if it done made it down here yet. I don't hear nothing, so it ain't down there. But it's a learning process. This is a learning process. So I need to, I know what, I need to find somebody who can come spray that green stuff and get some grass growing. Like they see on spray on the side of the highway. That's what I'm asking somebody. So, recap for tomorrow. We gotta dig that other ditch. We gotta get the rest of this sand up in that corner down there. We gotta tackle that septic tank. And I wanna cut that tree right there. So what I'm probably gonna do, I'm coming over here. I said I'll get over here early today. I got over here early, but not early. I'm coming over here 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I can be getting the rock up. Shouldn't take long to dig that trench, because I don't know how long that septic tank gonna take. And I know I'm gonna have to work on that son of a gun. Hopefully I can get it. Because like I said, you can run the washer and stuff, about 2 loads, flush, run the sink, water and all. And then eventually the stuff in the house will start backing up. So, you know, my thought process on that is, it ain't backing up instantly, so it's draining some. It's just not enough. So should be an easy fix, hopefully. So I know we talked about this French drain earlier. I showed it to you. I just want to check it again to make sure this thing actually draining. And so let's see. The water ain't made it down again. So one thing I do know is, and one good thing, it take a lot of water for that thing to get to draining. A lot of water. So that means it holds a lot of water before it actually spew it out. It means it's a lot of rain. So I think this thing is bulletproof. I think we are okay good. Like I said, I just put the water hose on the rock and let it just run. So I'll make sure that that's dry over there, because that's where the water was coming in at. Let's see. There's a drain out here. I want to make sure they got a little wet. I could have splashed that, but for the most part, the water should be in there. Let's go turn this thing off. See, this piece of stuff that I be like, come on, ain't nobody think to point this out. Like, look how close this is. This is on the side. Ain't nobody think to point that out. Like, hey, you might need to add another piece of pipe to extend this out, because this thing here, it turns it off, but it leaks. So if it didn't leak, then it'll be cool, but it leaks. So that's gonna wrap the vlog for today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, click that bell. That bell let you know every time I post. Boy, I'm tired. That's it. We out.